turning to weather now. A bit dreary out there today.
Fortunately.
Same thing yesterday. I'm hoping it gets better today, though.
It's going to get better tomorrow.
No.
Can we talk about that?
No, it's the weekend. I need good weather for today. Brunch, walks, everything.
You know what? Today's not really going to be bad. It's going to be dreary here this morning, but then it's going to be warm this afternoon.
Okay.
You know, so you can
give and take. I'll take it.
You got to get what you can get here. You know, Jan, we're getting into that transitional time where some days it's warm, some days it's cool, and we have a little bit of dreary weather here this morning. Take a look at our neighborhood network here. This is from the Palmyra Cove Nature Park over just across the Delaware River in Jersey. Taking a look at what would be the Philadelphia skyline, but you can't even see it because we have that fog here on this Sunday morning, and we're waking up to a little bit of drizzle to accompany some of that fog. So if you're out on the roadways here early on in the day on Sunday, be prepared for what could be a little bit of a slow go early on. And as we plan out your Sunday for you here, as we wake up this morning again, you're having that coffee. It's a little bit foggy out there. It's mild though. Temperatures sitting in the mid to high 60s early on in the day, and then we continue to rise as we go through the rest of the afternoon. Going to brunch, 75 degrees. The fog is gone, maybe a mix of sun and clouds. You're out and about later this afternoon. We'll get up to about 80 degrees or so, and then as we hit the evening time, we're getting ready to kind of wind down the weekend, ready for dinner. Clouds are still out there. Temperatures, though, still very warm, sitting at 74 degrees even as we get into the second half of the day, into that evening time frame here on our Sunday. And then it's really going to actually be cooling down pretty nicely tonight and into tomorrow with the front coming through. Now, temperatures here early on, as I said, as you drink your coffee, it's going to be mild. Well, check this out. 60s for pretty much everybody out there. We're even pushing into 68 degrees right now in Millville. It's 61 in Reading. So even up through the Lehigh Valley, we're well above average. Mount Pocono is the coolest spot, and that's at 57 degrees. Winds not too bad for the time being. They're generally out of the south to the southwest, so it's bringing in that warm and that muggy air, and it's going to continue to, again, feed those warm temperatures that we see through the afternoon. We'll also see these temperatures right now, or excuse me, these wind speeds about 5 to 10 miles an hour now climb through the afternoon. Will probably be gusting maybe as high as 15 to 20 miles an hour. But here is our current setup. You see our system. There it is, a very potent cold front that's eventually going to be sliding through. The area of low pressure itself is just north of Chicago, that big L right there. That's what we're watching as it tracks a little bit further to the north and east. It drags that cold front across the Delaware Valley later tonight, bringing with it some showers for us. Here's our Sunday afternoon on future weather. Again, the fog clears out. We go with a mix of sun and clouds for our Sunday afternoon. But by maybe 10, 11 o'clock, we start to go see those showers in the Lehigh Valley. So that's the front as it starts to work its way in. So again, 10, 11 o'clock, some showers off to our north and west. As we go through the rest of the overnight hours, that's when we could see some spotty showers across Philly and then down into central New Jersey as well. By tomorrow morning, though, really just down near the shore points and down into southern Delaware. That's where we're going to be seeing the morning showers on our Monday afternoon, and even into Tuesday, then looking really nice. Overall future rain amounts, not a whole lot that we really are going to be concerned with. We'll be talking about heavier amounts maybe down near the shore, down into Delaware, Philly, and especially back off to the north and west. We're looking at maybe a 1/10 of an inch at most. Here's your 7-day forecast. 80 degrees today. We're going with that sunshine and a little bit of humidity, and then it clears out. It doesn't get much more fall-like than this, Jan. 60s and 70s all week long.
Glorious. Well, not to that extent, but we have had a little rain and drizzle in our area this weekend.
Yeah, it's been a little bit on the damp and dreary side, Jan, like you said. Now, I won't give it a total, kind of awful grade for the weekend because it's been warm enough that even though it's been a little bit dreary, it's been a little bit cloudy, if you've been outside, it has felt decent anyway. Now here this morning, it's definitely a warm, mild start to Sunday, to say the least. As we get a look up towards Reading, it's a little bit tough to see, but there is some fog. There's that drizzle coming down here early on in the day, but temperatures sitting at 62 degrees. Very, very warm air getting brought into the region on the back of some strong southwesterly winds right now as we wait for a cold front to come on through. And as we get a look at our headlines for today, it's going to be a little bit warm and sticky out there for our Sunday afternoon. Again, we're waiting for that cold front to come through tonight and clear us out, and it will, and that will lead into a much more fall-like week ahead. We'll see temperatures that are maybe even in the 60s, some morning lows down into the 40s at times. We'll show you your 7-day forecast and when we could see some of that cooler air officially start to work its way in. Now today, We get up to a high of 80 degrees later this afternoon after the patchy morning fog burns off. We go with a mix of sun and clouds throughout the afternoon, and these strong southwesterly winds, 5 to 15 miles an hour, bring in that warmer air. That's why we get all the way to 80 degrees. But to put this in perspective for you, on average, our last day of 80 degrees here in Philly, October 7th. Today, of course, October 15th. So we are well past that average last date for 80 degrees or more. However, the latest that we've ever seen 80 degrees, that's November 15th, so a month from today, and that was back in 93. So overall, we are past the average date for these kind of warm temperatures, but it's not totally uncommon to see some of this warm air even this late into the season. Now, temperatures here this morning, we sit at 66 degrees right now here in Philly. Put this in perspective for you, our average high for this day, 67 degrees. So we are just barely below our average high temperature here, and it's only 6:45 this morning. Temperatures across the rest of the area besides the 66 in Philly, 68 in Millville, 57 in Mount Pocono, 64 this morning in Allentown, 65 in Trenton. So it is mild across the board, no matter where you are. Here are those wind speeds. They're going to be picking up as we go through the day. Right now, they're about 5-10 miles an hour, generally out of the south to the southwest. Again, look for more of that kind of 5 to 15 mile an hour range this afternoon. And as the front gets closer and closer, those winds will get stronger and stronger. And we could, again, see maybe a 20 mile an hour or so wind gust today. So it's finally going to be fall-like. We have the cold front. It comes on through tonight. Showers are possible across the entire area through the nighttime hours tonight, and maybe hanging on a little bit early on into the day on Monday. Overall, though, it really looks as high pressure is going to settle in as we get into Tuesday, and that will continue to be our main weather player as we get even into the middle of the week as well. Some sunshine for us Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe even into Friday. So this is what we're looking for as the front comes through. Those showers develop tonight, maybe about 10 o'clock or so, north and west of the city. They break apart as they move east, remaining relatively light as it pushes through Philly. The rain, that is. Heaviest amounts could be down near the shore, maybe a couple tenths of an inch to around a half an inch of rain as you head down towards the shore points in Jersey as well as Delaware. 80 degrees for the high temperature today after the front comes through. Here comes fall. 64 tomorrow, 63 on Tuesday. Tuesday's morning low, 42. Break out the jackets and the sweaters and the sweatshirts. And then we're back up into the seasonably warm range, Jan, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with those low 70s there. So really looking very, very nice. I give that 7-day forecast an A+.
Yeah, look at all the sun. I love it. Welcome back and checking out weather right now. A dismal start to our day, but the work week sure looks good.
The drearies. That's another good way of talking about this morning. It's damp, it's dreary, it's cloudy. And I think our eyewitness weather watchers are sleeping in a little bit this morning, and I don't blame them because, again, this is great sleeping weather if you don't have to get up. If you want to just relax on this Sunday morning, I definitely give you the 2 thumbs up for that. But if you are up this morning, this is what we're dealing with, at least what our eyewitness weather watchers are talking about in their neck of the woods. It's 64 degrees this morning. It's a very warm start to the day. For Dawn, she's out in Downingtown. She's got a little bit of drizzle, to go along with that 64, maybe a little bit of maybe light fog out there too. 65 for us back down into Jersey at David's house. He's in Clementon. He's got just cloud cover, not reporting any precipitation right now, but that 65 again, very warm on this Sunday morning. And one more eyewitness weather watcher, William, he's back with us, Levittown. He's still saying it's 66 and cloudy, and it's also 64 as we hop across the river one more time to Kenneth's house. He's Ken Martin. He's saying it's Willingboro, cloudy, 64. What's he have to say? No fog, but he's hoping for some sunshine. And Kenneth, I think you will get a little bit of sunshine later this afternoon. It's unfortunately not going to be a ton of sunshine for us. Here's our neighborhood network. If you're down at the shore points this morning, if you live down there, or maybe you just enjoy the beach when no one else is around, you head down when it's not part of the season. This is what you're looking at Margate. The waves are a little bit on the high side, not too bad, but plenty of cloud cover for us, probably a little bit of drizzle. We had some actual legitimate rain showers through South New Jersey a few hours ago. For the most part, though, right now, it is looking at dry conditions when it comes to sustained rain. But again, the fog is out there and some light precipitation in the way of drizzle is out there as well. For the most part, this is our setup currently. We see, again, cloud covers there. Heaviest rain and really more clouds off to our north and then back down to the west because an area of low pressure just north of Chicago has a warm front that's extending up into southeastern Canada, while our cold front drapes itself back down through the central plains and into the southeast. And what we're going to be concerned with is this cold front, the area of low pressure, the center itself, which is just around Chicago, going to track northward, going to push to the east. And as it does, it allows that cold front to move east with it, push it a little bit further to the north, and it's going to bring in some cooler air on the backside of that front. But first, we actually get a couple of showers as we go through the nighttime tonight. So here we go. There's our low. Through the afternoon hours today, still well off to the west. So some southwesterly winds. We're in the warm sector. Allows the high heat and high humidity to build through the day. We'll probably be topping out right around 80 degrees or so. Front comes through the overnight tonight. High pressure builds in tomorrow, Tuesday, and into Wednesday. And what we're going to be watching for is some very fall-like weather to take over as we get into this week, because that high pressure will be in control after the cold front clears this out. So our rain timeline early overnight tonight. The showers start north and west of the city through the Lehigh Valley, the Poconos, right around 10 o'clock or so this evening. As we go through the middle of the night, areas of light scattered showers will push through the immediate Philadelphia area. And then by tomorrow morning, best chance for rain showers are going to be mainly south and east, but a couple of light lingering showers could be there here for Philly tomorrow morning. Maybe a little bit wet on our drive to work, but it's not going to be a washout of a Monday morning. Highest rain amounts will be in South Jersey, back down into southern Delaware, where we could see maybe as much as a half an inch of rain. That will be the extreme highest amounts. 1/10 of an inch for Philly, and even less as you head further to the north. Gets a little bit breezy for us through today, tomorrow, and then it finally calms down on Tuesday. That's some good news for us on the backside of the front. 60s and 70s, though, all week long, Jan, and lots of sunshine, too.
No complaints over here. Now, and turning to weather, a dreary start to our day. I see all that fog behind you there, Matt.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a messy morning for us here, Jan, across the entire area. This is Cape May this morning, taking a look at what's going on down at southern Jersey. Again, fog, dreary, drizzle. It's definitely a morning where you maybe want to just kind of stay inside a little bit. Now, that's not deterring this guy. He's out there getting his morning run in. And maybe you're one of those folks, you get out and then you try to embrace some of this kind of nasty weather here early in the day. Overall, though, it looks like later this afternoon, it should be pretty good. So while it's miserable here across the Jersey shore points, it is a mess out in the Atlantic Ocean as well. We are still watching Hurricane Ophelia, still a Category 2 storm. It is downgraded from that Category 3 status that it was yesterday. So no longer a major hurricane, but still really kind of an interesting storm, sitting at 105-mile-an-hour sustained winds. And this is going to track to the north, and it's actually going to impact Ireland. It's going to impact parts of Scotland as we get into early next week. So you see here by tomorrow morning, this is 2 a.m. on Monday morning, we're a little bit just shy of the Ireland mainland there. But as you get through the day on Monday and then into Tuesday, pushes through the west coast of Ireland and back up into Scotland, could be looking at hurricane force winds along the west coast of Ireland as we go through the day on Monday. So kind of a messy situation up there in the northern Atlantic. Now, bringing it back a little bit closer stateside, we have an area of low pressure that right now is our main weather player. It's this low right there. It's in Wisconsin. It's going to start to track to the north and east. And as it does, it's going to drag this cold front with it, bringing some chances for some rain showers tonight. But really more importantly, it's going to bring some more fall-like temperatures. So this is what we're seeing out in front of the front. See all these 60s, even 70 degrees here this morning in Birmingham, Alabama. And it's also very muggy out in front of that front. But on the back side of it, check this out. 20s, 30s, and some 40s in areas like Rapid City. Omaha's at 47, even Bismarck this morning at 27. So again, that colder air is eventually going to be working its way here into the Delaware Valley. Now, it's not going to be 20s on the backside of the front for us, but it's still going to be much cooler. Finally, fall-like on Monday. Again, the front comes through tonight into tomorrow, so we could look for a couple of showers out there as we go through the nighttime hours tonight, and then high pressure really kind of starts to settle in tomorrow in the afternoon and into the evening, and then it sticks around pretty much all week long, it looks like at this point. So it's time to rain out for us. They start north and west, the showers doing the early overnight, maybe around 10 o'clock or so this evening. We'll start to see those showers start to move in. areas of light shower activity throughout the night, including for us here in Philly. And then by the time we get into tomorrow morning, while there is still a little bit of drizzle maybe for Philly for our morning commute, the chances for rain are really south and east as we get into the first half of the day on our Monday. Our rain amounts are going to stay on the higher side as you head further to the south. So you see there a couple of tenths of an inch to maybe a half an inch South Jersey into Delaware, only a tenth of an inch or so for Philly, and even less as you head further north. 7-day forecast, 80 today before the front comes through, but it's 64 tomorrow on the backside of that cold front. 41 for a morning low on Tuesday, Jan. 60s and then 70s Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, looking really nice with all that sunshine.
Yeah, no complaints. Thank you, Matt.